Isn't it funny that the community that you pride yourself in touching off as grass roots event, we were always it couldn't have been that we were real people that were pragmatic, discerning, intelligent adults that really could follow somebody that was speaking truth. We had to be bots or sycophantic fanboys or mercenary. Now the claim is that we're mercenary promoters for hire. None of which are true. But
hilarious.
but what do you think our next evolution is in terms of the community? We're going to survive this bear, and then how do we come out the other side?
I think a lot of people want Pulse Chain to succeed a lot more than wanted Hex to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And so Hex still isn't listed properly on most ranking sites. Hex still isn't on big exchanges. Hex still isn't spoken of favorably by people that pretend to know what they're talking about. That's all opportunity. That's all gates that can only open. They can't get more closed, really. I guess they could just remove it instead of ranking it improperly, which is basically lying, I might add. Like, they're lying about its rank. It's not true. Mm-hmm. I think that you will have less of that in Pulse Chain.
Cool.
People like free money. A lot of people are going to receive a lot of free coins. It's the world's largest free airdrop. And a lot of influencers have publicly stated that they are participating in it. So I think you're going to see a lot less gatekeeping for Pulse Chain and pulsex than you saw with Hex. That's my gut feeling.
Good. Thank you. I got one other question, and this is the only question that I think that should truly matter to an RH Maxi. Yes.
When Pulse Chain is working every day, like Hex has been, what happens to the narrative of who Richard is? Is Richard the guy that raised $27 million for charity, or is the guy that spends the most on luxury goods, or is he the guy with the free self-help books, the only self-help author with a coin that I'm aware of, or is he the guy that made Ethereum fees cheaper and did the world's largest free airdrop? And you're like, eventually they're going to have to be like, oh yeah, he's better than us. True. Because you just, or is he the guy that called the price top on the day? Like, it's, eventually the list of achievements becomes so long that you look like a raw idiot if you don't show respect. Oh my God, you just made Nola! In my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. I have a yes/no question for you, and this is the biggest one that I could come up with. To get a yes or no from you should be the only thing on true believers' minds, and it should settle all doubt for everybody. The question is, for somebody that we trust, we believe in, is it all going to plan? That is, everything from the products that you've released, the product you've released, the projects that you're involved in, the community itself, your personal life, everything. In a yes/no, is it all going to your vision, to your plan? Even though there have been adjustments and pivots.
No.
But no, adjustments and pivots aside, is it for the most part going to plan?
Well, I mean, Hex exceeded my expectations. So, 10,000x in a year and a half. That's crazy. Before staking. Perfect, flawless operation. Even the front end never goes down. Insane. Mm-hmm. Like, wow. That's amazing. The community, like, I just saw a guy with 3 Hex tattoos, or 3 Richard Hart product tattoos. He had a Hex tattoo, a pulsex, and a pulse chain tattoo, full sleeve. I was like, God, okay. Wouldn't have expected that. The community does stuff that are out of the blue, like a Hex NASCAR or those Hex Lamborghinis that raced in the GTC series in the UK. Those things looked awesome. So a lot of these things have exceeded my expectations. And then some things just took longer than even I thought, right? Like, this Pulse Chain software is taking longer than I thought. Now, I knew it would take longer than I thought, and I warned everyone again and again and again and again, just like Hex took longer than I thought. But it's fine. It's like, it's taking longer, but it's better. So cool. Like, what if you're going to make things better, Bear market's a great time to make things better.
Great.
But other than that, like, yeah, Hex is doing everything we dreamt it would do. You know, we hoped it would go up 10,000x. We hoped it would be resilient to bear market. I got to tell you, if you only look at the, like, you say, oh, it dropped 95%. Well, not if you staked it didn't.
It's an urban legend that never happened.
Because you got 33% just on big payday, a single day, minimum. People that staked longer got more. And then, you know, all those staking gains cancel out a lot of that dip. What more could you ask for than 3+ years of perfect flawless operation and a 10,000x price return before staking? I mean, with no staking, you're like the dream, right? And then to be able to buy such a performative asset at such a large dip, that's worked out very well for a lot of people in the past. So imagine if you could buy the best asset in the world for 20 times less. Sounds like it's a good opportunity, you know? I think we're doing very well. I think Bitcoin dropping 75, Ethereum dropping 85, and HEX dropping 95 is exactly what you would expect and hope for, pretty much.
All right. You talked about ChatGPT, and I was wondering if you had any thoughts about using ChatGPT as a partial editor, as like a productivity tool for SciVive. So, for example, run it through.
I don't think we
run a couple
need
of
it.
paragraphs.
I don't think we need
Okay.
that. I think it'd be great for spamming SEO for keywords we care about.
Yeah.
I think that would be ideal. But you gotta understand, like, it misses a lot. It screws up a lot. You're gonna have to manually check it anyway. Instead of manually checking it, you could just manually check what you fed it. It's already more than good enough. I think ChatGPT is much more of a spam lots of stuff that's like 70% correct than it is try and get something 100% correct. It doesn't do that.
Well, it can write tweets pretty well, but
I mean,
that doesn't
they're
take much
doing
effort.
a lot of testing on it. Like if someone just fed it the bar exam and it can't pass the bar exam yet, but it could pass 2 parts of it. So it could pass like,
shit.
yeah, the ChatGPT as it exists now can pass 2 subsections of the bar, but not the MBE, and I don't even know what MBE stands for, bro. You know.
It's probably a better lawyer than some other people out there. But anyway, man, let's keep this show on the road.
All
and
right.
one last thing, just congrats on the sex.
Thank you. I love it.
Before too, and it's pretty cool.
I love it
So
so much.